Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to round 3 of the Mad Dragons Six Nations series. What a game in store today. Scotland versus England in the Calcutta Cup. And the results for this game could not be more on the line as we take a look at the table at the end of round 2. These two teams find themselves in the top 2 placements going into round 3. Scotland out there on 9 points, the clear favourites. England in joint second with Ireland, all on the line today. If Scotland take this one, they have a very convincing lead. If England can take this one, they will move towards that top spot in the Six Nations. Everything to play for in this game as Finn Russell gets us kicked off and underway as Chris Harris comes in with a great collection of the ball, and Scotland are already on the front foot through Josh Bayliss now going on the charge, but England getting a big turnover there. We know the power that these English forwards possess to get involved in that breakdown situation. Scotland will just want to spread themselves a little bit wider out here as they try and play around the back, and a forward pass coming in from Alex Dombrandt there going out towards the wing. Thought he could get that pass away. Unfortunately, referee in line with the pass saw it went slightly forwards. As we move on to the first scrum of the game, Scotland hoping to try and get a big advantage in the set piece today. They outplayed France very well last week. We'll have to see if they can keep that performance up again this week as it's put into the scrum. It's picked up at the back there by Ali Price playing a scrum half today. What an offload to Duhan van der Merwe, and dives over the try line. Got awfully close to the dead ball area. Want to be very, very careful with going a little bit too far there. What an offload pass though from Ali Price, the no-look pass straight off the back of the scrum. And Duhan van der Merwe, if you saw last week's game against France, was all over the park. Look at that. What a lovely hands just to ship that out. Duhan van der Merwe managing to ride one tackle and scoring right in the corner to put Scotland in the lead so early on in this game. Finn Russell will be setting up to take the first kick of the game. Not an easy kick by any stretch of the imagination. His kicking wasn't that great last week. We'll see how he gets on. A better one from him there, right from the touchline, using the wind. Yep, he's celebrating that one. He's happy with that kick. Better than what we got to see going up against France as England get us kicked off and back underway. Oh, Scotland all out of shape there as Matt Fagerson tries to recover from a little bit of trouble. Let's just see how Scotland can try and get a clean exit from there. Ali Price with the box kick. Not the greatest kick in the world, unfortunately. Not really getting that far outside the 22. He won't be too happy with that performance there. Let's see how they get on in terms of the line out. Itoje takes the ball from the back of the line out. England go on the charge. Oh, Jamie Ritchie ran out of the line there. Thought the interception was on, and suddenly Elliot Daly's found himself here in room of space. Let's see what they can do. Chris Harris is desperately running back across to try and get this tackle. Doesn't manage to get it as Underhill on the charge. Grant Gilchrist comes in as they keep moving forwards as Joe Marchant puts it down, and England have the answer. I think Scotland will be very disappointed with that last 5 minutes of play. The exit clearance kick wasn't great. The line out wasn't great. And this defending out here onto this left-hand wing, England just saw the room opening up. That should have really been a little bit better there from Chris Harris, and definitely should have been better tackled there. Great pass, though, to see the men outside him going over for the try. Very, very close to the post as well. Shouldn't be too hard for George Ford to kick over. We're on to a big scoring game already. This is what we like to see. 2 tries in the opening 10 minutes to see how George Ford gets on in terms of his kicking game today. Straight through. Beautiful kick by him. 7 all apiece. The Calcutta Cup is certainly off to a great start. We've seen some awesome competitions between these two sides in the past as the wind carrying that ball slightly further than he wanted. I think George Ford did well to react to that one and got clattered in the ribs for his efforts. That's a bit harsh on the poor lad, but good collection by him as Elliot Daly tries to kick that ball a little bit further down the field as Blair Kinghorn now trying to run around, trying to find where that room is. Oh, went for the kick. The referee apparently said that did not go forwards, but England will try and make the most of what they can do. I think Scotland have got away a little bit lucky there. Looked forwards to me. He said it went flat after the tackle that came in. Can Scotland recover quickly? They do. Ali Price dragging the men in. Sam Skinner getting it out. Duhan van der Merwe one-on-one. Oh, just shoves Radwan down onto the ground. Can Scotland keep this offence moving? Oh, and England have really bunched up here. If that ball can come out. Jamie Ritchie, oh, great play by the English defender to take down both men there as Kyle Steyn now goes for a grubber kick. Oh, comes off the boot of Elliot Daly, and Scotland managed to recover. England, though, we have to say, great defensive work there to get back in their line exactly how they would want to, as Chris Harris carries it on a little bit further. Scotland still want to go out to this left-hand wing. Can they get it out to Duhan van der Merwe? Does. Oh, and the ball dropped, though, in the tackle. We saw that a few times last week with the amount of handling issues coming in. Scotland will want to do a little bit better, especially with a one-on-one situation from someone like Duhan van der Merwe. You'd expect him to be able to take that ball all day long as England go for the clearance kick. Advantage over, says the referee. Duhan van der Merwe tries to kick that ball through the gap, not managing it. England just being stuck in their own half at the minute. Huge tackle there coming in, rocking back Tom Curry in the number 8 shirt. Let's see what England can do. They go for the box kick. They've decided to keep it in field. They believe their fitness is going to be keeping up today. Blair Kinghorn thinks he sees room in that backfield. Little kick over the top of the winger out the back. Can the bounce be favourable to him? Elliot Daly knew he was getting trapped down in the corner there and just booted that thing into touch. We're on the half-hour mark and Scotland suddenly in a nice little position here if they can work it. Let's see what they do here. They go out to the back of the line out. It is stolen, though, by the English line out as they manage to be pushed back on their 5-metre line. Another box kick. England once again keeping this in field. I'm not sure whether this is the right decision as Blair Kinghorn goes on the counter-attack. Oh, and Hugh Jones, can he keep going all the way? He had numbers out on this left-hand wing. Duhan van der Merwe is screaming for it. Finn Russell gets it out to him eventually as he goes in for a second in the corner. Duhan van der Merwe has been the MVP of the Scotland team over the course of the Mad Dragon Six Nations series. There's another 2 tries for him today. He wanted that ball so much earlier. Great vision by Finn Russell to get the long pass out to him and run it over. No one out there to really shut him down. And Scotland have their second just before we get to half-time. Another tricky kick, though, for Finn Russell. We'll see how he gets on from the same range as he sort of had last time. It's slightly easier, you'd have to argue. Let's see how he gets on. Oh, the wind carrying that one a little bit, though. And Scotland stay only 5 points ahead. England were able to bounce back last time very, very quickly as Joe Marler collects this ball. Let's see if England can do it again. Oh, as they go through, the try scorer. March is still going. Blair Kinghorn has to get into action stations very, very quickly there. Oh, the scrum half trying to pick it up himself. Don't think that was the right move. And Ali Price gets it out to the brace try scorer of Duhan van der Merwe. Gets a step round 1. Still going on the charge. Big handoff on the English fullback. Can Scotland keep the pressure applied? Finn Russell, quick hands to Harris, out to Matt Fagerson. Oh, maybe wanted a little bit more pace. Definitely had the numbers outside, but another handling error for Scotland. That's 2 in this opening half. Another solid tackle there coming in by Henry Slade to stop Matt Fagerson, who could have been on quite a charge up towards that English try line then. England setting up for the scrum right on the half-hour marker. Do they have something left in the tank at the end of this first half to try and put themselves back into this game? They only need 1 more converted try and they will actually take the lead in this game as Ben Youngs feeds the ball in to this English scrum. They're trying to go for the shove. They don't manage to win the penalty. Referee is set to use it. Finn Russell taking down the English centre, not letting him get on the charge this time. He's been opened up today a couple of times. Hugh Jones takes out his opposite number. Can Scotland, though, go on the counter-offensive? The ball needs to come out, though. Duhan van der Merwe does well to stay in field. The half-time whistle is just around the corner, but Scotland want to play on. Schoeman to Chris Harris, bouncing through a couple of tackles. Scotland do have men out on this right-hand wing if they can get it out there. Josh Bayliss manages to ride the tackle of 1. Kyle Stain runs around, partnered up. Oh, well held there by the English fullback, holds him up for a maul. The referee says they are still marching forwards. It hasn't collapsed yet. They're still looking to drive it on. The Scotland forwards have been performing well today. They've made it up to the English 22 as they pass it out very wide to Matt Fagerson, to Jamie Ritchie. Who else is it, ladies and gentlemen? Once again, Duhan van der Merwe. That is a hat-trick for this boy. You have to say, this Scottish left wing has looked phenomenal all day and gets over for his third. That English defence was so bunched up, trying to defend this more. They wanted to keep it tight. They thought Scotland would just go through the phase play. They decided not to and went for the wild passes out to Matt Fagerson. Another lovely pass to Jamie Ritchie. Still got a lot of work to do there, drawing the defender. But Duhan van der Merwe's pace is just going to be a bit too much to handle. And Scotland now with the opportunity to go in at half-time. 12 points in the lead. It's all on Finn Russell. 1 from 2 today. Let's see if he can make that average look a little bit better. Oh, just about gets it round the inside of the post. And Scotland will go in at half-time. 19 points to 7 in the lead. Well, what fun we know the Calcutta Cup is going to bring every year between these two teams. Scotland going up against England, both teams feeling pretty good going into this match, first and second place in the table, but Scotland are the team that are looking more dominant so far in this game. Getting over for the first of 3 tries in this first half is Duhan van der Merwe being able to ride the tackle. You have to say some of the handling today by Scotland to get those hands on the ball and get those offloads and quick pop passes has been absolutely on point today, and it's led to Duhan van der Merwe scoring over in this corner. Maybe got a little bit close to the dead ball line on the first one, but England bit back with their own try coming through. Joe Marchant on a superb run. The Scotland defence not really set up too quickly off the back of kickoff and managing to seal this game back up to a 7-7 draw. Scotland, though, have been the more impressive team in the rest of the first half. Back out to this wing for another 2 tries. Duhan van der Merwe just using the ability of the Scottish wide play. We saw it in the final try of the first half. The England defence bunching up to defend them all. Scotland looking to play more expansive than maybe England were thinking, getting out to that left wing, and Duhan van der Merwe is going to be hard to stop when he's that close to the try line with room to work with. England in the second half will really need to work on their defensive line, spread out a bit wider and really try and shut him down. Otherwise, Scotland could be on for another really solid game. On to the second half then, and England have made 0 changes. They're hoping that they're just going to change a mentality a bit as opposed to personnel, as there's the first knock-on of the game. Scotland, though, have made 2 changes. Ewan Ashman coming on in the hooker position, just trying to reinforce that set-piece area, and George Horne has come on at scrum half just to try and add a bit of pace at the back of the ruck. But first of all, Scotland need to have the ball back because England have taken the advantage so far. Oh, as they go on the charge, it's one-on-one now with Blair Kinghorn. Oh, maybe that pass wasn't needed. I think he could have kept going. I think Tom Curry was on for a big surge there as they spread out wide. How does Kyle Steyn get on against Elliot Daly? Manages to take him down. Scotland recover. Can they clear that ball out? Oh, it's not the best box kick. To be fair, it was actually Kyle Steyn that took the box kick rather than George Horne. Was tied up in that ruck a little bit. Let's see how we get on in terms of the line out. Itoje taking it once again. He's looked solid in the line out today. England go on the driving maul. This is what Borthwick could be wanting to see. This England team getting off to a solid start in the second half. If they can get back on the scoreboard nice and early. Oh, Grant Gilchrist running awfully close to being offside there. If they can get on this scoreboard early, though, it will put them back in this game as they're running a loop around. Josh Bayliss does well to chase down Radwan. Very, very pacey player to get back to make that tackle. Scotland running. Oh, went for the offside. Go for the interception, sorry, but nearly running offside as England push slowly up towards that 5-metre line again. They've dropped it back in the pocket. They've just taken the 3. Joe Marchant, who scored the try earlier on, taking the 3. Maybe they thought they weren't really going anywhere. Maybe an interesting choice to go for. Puts them a little bit closer on that scoreboard, but 9 points to the wind might still be a big task to overcome. You'd think they'd be wanting to pull those tries in, but if they can get a few more penalties or maybe a few more drop goals in this game, maybe they can close it up a little bit. As Scotland take the restart, they're trying to punish this wing once again. Duhan van der Merwe gets the grubber kick on. Oh, doesn't manage to get out his own kick, and suddenly England are away. They get back out of their own 22. Duhan van der Merwe nearly making all sorts of issues for them down this wing once again. Huge, dominant tackle there coming in by Matt Fagerson on his opposite number. Can Scotland get the turnover? They don't manage it. They'll just want to try and organise themselves as Will Stewart tries to take it on. Have they managed to find a bit of room this time as Henry Slade gives that offload again? We've seen it a few times today, that one extra pass. I'm not sure it's necessary. They're working well. They're finding the gaps, but just pushing it a little bit too far. Oh, as the ball bounces, Blair Kinghorn. What a call to just let that ball go. And suddenly we're all the way back down in the England half for a scrum. Really unhappy with how that ball bounced for him, because that puts Scotland in a very dominant position from potentially quite a precarious one. Let's see how they get on. Of course, new hooker and new scrum half in at the scrum time for Scotland in this one. Let's see if they can make the most of it. The ball put into the scrum as Matt Fagerson wants to take it himself. Oh, got a little bit stuck trying to get that ball out the back of the scrum, but who else is out here once again? Oh, Chris Harris couldn't get that ball out. Duhan van der Merwe is screaming for it once again. He's playing a little bit of a loop play here with Josh Bayliss if he can get the offload, and does. He's got Duhan van der Merwe back inside him, running through the gap. Itoje managing to shut him down. They think they've seen room out here. Hugh Jones going for a cheeky crossfield kick and nobody's there to pick it up. Kyle Steyn picks it up. The offload to Chris Harris, back outside. Ferguson, back to Kyle Steyn. Can they get it out to Matt Ferguson? Oh, the handling error once again. Nearly a brilliantly well-worked try, and suddenly England on the counter-attack. Oh, ending up with the possession there of the lock. Maybe not someone they want for the pace. You can see how slow Scotland are getting back to their line as Blair Kinghorn has to desperately dash in to defend this one. Scotland looking a little bit tired now. A few more of those mistakes coming in. I'm not sure whether that kick was maybe the right choice. They get the bounce and Scotland managed to recover. Ewan Ashman still new to the pitch as they get it out. Josh Bayliss, who's been everywhere today, and Finn Russell this time wants to try and go. Can he get that pass back up to the left? Doesn't manage it. Duhan van der Merwe has to try and clear it up. This game is opening up, but the clock is becoming a big enemy for England here as they try something a little bit different that time. A grubber kick around, not really working for them. 4 minutes left on the clock. Finn Russell tries to send Ewan Ashman through the hole. Doesn't manage to work out for them. Yet again, Russell. Oh, superb work by him to get the offload there to Duhan van der Merwe. The ball gone loose. This time gone backwards though. No knock-on advantage. England have one last shot to try and take something away from this game. If they can get one more score on the board, they can leave this one with a losing bonus point, which will secure that second place for them at the minute in the table. But the game is all but done for Scotland. Oh, and getting a little bit lost there is George Ford. No real options. England need to reorganise, just galvanise together a bit now as they're just carrying it for single one-off runners. I'm not sure if this is the decision they want to be doing as they go from the back there. Joe Marchant trying to carry it, trying to get them on that front foot once again. Wrapped up this time by Scotland. Oh, we've picked it up. Suddenly, oh, it's not again. Duhan van der Merwe, oh, doesn't manage to get the ball out. Could he have got a fourth try? What an unbelievable turn of events it would be if Scotland can leave here with another try-scoring bonus point, and all of the tries coming from Duhan van der Merwe. That would be something exceptional as Scotland want to play on. They know the game is won. They've done the hard work. Getting another bonus point could mean a lot for them, though, going on through this rest of these matches as England get the pick-up. Kyle Steyn gets absolutely knocked to the ground. He looks a little bit winded after that one as the ball comes out this time. Oh, to Elliot Daly, gets the grubber kick around. Hugh Jones picks it up. Scotland want to play on. They're going to try and play from their own 22. This is great work if they can keep it going. Schoeman, who's played the full 80 minutes in this game. Ferguson gets it out to Duhan van der Merwe, trying to outrun the English fullback. Not going to manage it, but pushes bang back up into the England half. Scotland trying to march forward. Grant Gilchrist out to Sam Skinner. Doesn't manage to get through this time. They're on the charge though. You can feel the pressure mounting as they get it out to Kyle Steyn, trying something new. Goes for the up and under. The wind just taking that ball a little bit though away from him. Both teams look absolutely knackered out on their feet. Oh, it's a bit of a loose pass though to the fly half. Not going to manage to get away with too much there. Maybe they've actually got numbers here. If Finn Russell could have got that ball out a little bit quicker. They don't manage it, and England take it again. They box kick it away. I'm not really sure what that decision is. I mean, they're back in Scotland's half now. Does Scotland go on the charge, or do they just kick it out? Blair Kinghorn runs it. Oh, gets it out to Bayliss. What are they trying to do here? The pass back inside to Hugh Jones. You've got to feel like one of these teams has just got to get this ball off the park. Scotland have lost it again in the breakdown. They are beginning to tire now. They don't want to concede another try. They don't want to give a losing bonus point to England if they can help it. They've had a couple of attempts to try and get back up that end of the field. It hasn't worked for them. Valiant defence coming in from England just to hold this Scotland team down. Was the drop goal earlier on the right decision to go for, though? Could they have pushed on to try and get a try and maybe punish this Scotland team a little bit more as Chris Harris takes the interception off the loose pass? Scotland look absolutely exhausted. You have to feel like they just want to get this ball out now as Duhan van der Merwe tries to run it a little bit further. It's not really going anywhere. Yep, and you can see it there. George Horn says, no, we've had enough of this. We're not getting any closer to that line. We'll take the game. We'll stop England from getting the losing bonus point. 19 points to 10. Scotland should be happy with another very good performance today. That will absolutely cement them at the top of the Mad Dragon table, and they are still on for the Grand Slam in this year's Six Nations Series. What a superb game once again from Scotland up in Murrayfield. Of course, they have a tough game coming up, though, in the next coming weeks of Ireland, who are also looking to close the gap. But I hope you've all enjoyed this one today, guys. Do you think this could be a realistic scoreline? We'll see in the actual game on the weekend. Who gets your man of the match performance? I hope to see you all next time, guys. Bye-bye.